They'll be also sleeping together and planning their space wedding. Probably not. Hey geeks, welcome to my channel. I'm Trey Guillotine and you're watching Daily Marvels, where I've gathered some of the big Marvel news from the past week and put it in one place just for you. Avengers had a huge first day in ticket sales. AMC is hosting an MCU marathon before the premiere of Avengers Infinity War. The Guardians of the Galaxy have a much stronger relationship. And a page from the Avengers Infinity War script has been leaked. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it around so others can join the conversation. According to first day pre-ticket sales, Avengers Infinity War is now the best-selling superhero movie in history. In just 6 hours, the amount of pre-sale tickets for Avengers Infinity War outdid big movies like Batman vs. Superman and Black Panther. So just in Black Panther's over the 24 hours of Black Panther's first pre-ticket sales, Avengers Infinity War outdid that in only 6 hours. That is fairly impressive, but I'm not really surprised. This movie has been what we've been waiting for literally 10 years. I mean, Iron Man, the first Iron Man came out in 2008 when I had graduated high school. It came out in 2008, and now 10 years later, 10 years almost to the day, Avengers Infinity War is coming out in 2018 after a couple years after I've graduated college. So a kid who saw Iron Man when they were 8 years old can now go see Infinity War after graduating from high school and drive themselves to the theater. I mean, that's it doesn't seem that long. I mean, it does seem that long, but it doesn't seem that long. It's been there's been so much coming out of the MCU between TV shows and movies. The fact that we're finally here 10 years later with Avengers Infinity War, with nearly every movie character in this film, it's a big deal. So I'm not surprised that this movie like just kind of blew away the box office in just 6 hours. AMC theaters will be hosting a marathon of the MCU movies before the premiere of Avengers Infinity War. So that is 18 movies. That marathon is 31 hours. I have no desire to be in a theater for 31 hours. I have no desire to be around that many people stuck in a box theater for 31 hours. That sounds disgusting. I can't imagine how bad people are going to smell, how in just pain from sitting in that seat for literally a day and a half, how bad that is going to be. If I am trapped in a theater for 31 hours, with other people crammed in a theater for 31 hours with other people, it better be because I am trying to find shelter from the apocalypse. And that's just the MCU. That's just the MCU movies. That's just 18 of the MCU movies. Can you imagine how long that marathon would be if they added in the TV shows in chronological order in the MCU? The marathon would be at least a week non-stop. According to the Russo brothers, after the events of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, it looks like the Guardians have a much stronger bond with each other. They're more invested in each other's survival. They've achieved that level of where they really are kind of a family of misfits. And that's going to introduce them as a much stronger team in Avengers Infinity War. If they're a much stronger team, or if they have a much stronger bond, I'm wondering what exactly this would mean for each of the Guardians. At the end of Guardians Volume 2, Peter and Gamora were like, there's this unspoken thing between us. So maybe they're an actual item now. I don't imagine, especially Gamora, I don't imagine that being like a kind of a normal relationship where they're now holding hands and cuddling on the couch. They're still going to be, each other individually, but they'll be also sleeping together and planning their space wedding. Probably not, but that's an interesting idea. But I'm wondering about what is it, because the Russo brothers also say that there are life and death circumstances for the Guardians, for everyone involved in Avengers Infinity War, including the Guardians, and I'm wondering what those could be, aside from the Guardians just showing up to save the galaxy again. I'm wondering what life or death circumstances they could be facing. I've previously said that I think Drax could be one of the heroes that could die in Avengers Infinity War. So maybe it's Drax kind of like mustering all his strength and allies to go against Thanos, and that's what ultimately brings them there. I'm also wondering, I don't think Gamora would be one of the ones to die at the hands of Thanos, and she's not as obsessed with revenge against Thanos as Drax or Nebula is, but she's still, like, she was apparently Thanos' quote-unquote favorite daughter. So I'm sure Thanos is probably pretty pissed off with Gamora at this point, so maybe it's something that has to do with that Thanos somehow has a threat against Gamora that they now have to kind of, I don't want to say save Gamora, because I'm pretty sure Gamora could save herself, but help Gamora against Thanos, and maybe that's the life and death circumstances that could be happening. It's very unclear. It's very unclear the ultimate role the Guardians are going to have in Avengers Infinity War, because aside from having the Infinity Stone and going against the minions of Thanos in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, they don't really have a lot. I don't see a lot of reason for I don't yet see a lot of reasons for the Guardians to show up aside from just to save the galaxy again, unless it's like Drax and or Gamora that brings them to fight Thanos now that he's going to Earth, Peter Quill's home planet. So unless, it's very possible that they know that Thanos is trying to gather the Infinity Stones, and maybe they could even get the Power Stone from the Nova Corps and be like, hey Nova Prime, we're going to take the Power Stone and we're going to stop Thanos. But it's not like Peter. I don't think Peter could use the Power Stone at this point. He's lost any of the godlike powers that he had from his father since they killed Ego. He doesn't have any of those powers anymore. So I don't know that Peter could even use the Power Stone like he did in Volume 1. So I said that a page from the Infinity War script was leaked. And so I saw the article that the script had been leaked, or it was a series of pictures that I saw that a page from the Infinity War script had been leaked. And if, don't click this if you want spoilers. So I saved the link, but I didn't click it because I wanted to wait until I was preparing for this video to read the script, or, for spoilers of the script. So when I read it, the first part of the script it talks about how, Spider-Man and Iron Man and Thanos are fighting on Titan. I'm like, well, are we going back to Titan? Like, are we going to Thanos' destroyed homeworld, and that's where they're fighting Thanos? This is already really interesting. I'm already hooked in. And then it basically goes in to reenacting the Martha scene from Batman vs. Superman with Thanos and Spider-Man and Iron Man, and Thanos is like, he's killing Spider-Man, and Spider-Man says, Uncle Ben, and Thanos is like, why did you say that name? And Tony Stark was like, because it's his uncle. And then Thanos has an Uncle Ben, and now they're best friends. And it was a prank. It was a good prank. I have to admit, it was a good prank. It definitely got me. It definitely got me. So so there is no Infinity War page leak script. I was lying when I said it in the video. They were lying for the prank. So I'm sorry I don't have an Infinity War script to leak to you, but that, like, I admit, that was a good prank. It got me pretty good. What do you think of these daily Marvels, and are there any other stories you would like to talk about? Let me know in the comments and follow me on all the internets. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it around so others can join in the conversation. If you want to check out my written reviews of Marvel TV shows and movies, go to www.treyguillotine.com and subscribe to my channel to geek out some more. Thanks for watching and have fun.